Hello, you awesome friends. This is Edward Zier here. Pumped to have you with us on our International Networking Zoom here. Please give the people next to you a round of applause. Now, just to let you know where I am, right now I'm sitting at the Mercure Centro in Port Macquarie, which is in between Brisbane and Sydney, and we've got the beautiful balcony. So there we go. So I'm just literally sitting on the edge of a balcony with you wonderful winners across the world. So I just want to say a big welcome. Such an honourable pleasure having you with us. And now, here's the deal. It's being recorded. So please keep it all clean and positive as you would do. If you want to sit there and remain silent, you can. If you want to say hello to the room, you absolutely can. And also, too, we've got Liz as our guest speaker. Can we all wave to Dr. Liz? In fact, hey, Dr. Liz, do you want to unmute and say a quick hello, Dr. Liz?
Hey, Ed. Hi, everyone. How are we? I'm very impressed that on the eve before Good Friday, we're all still here. Isn't that awesome?
Oh, I know. I think it's because a lot of them are drawn to you, Dr. Liz, because we all love you.
I'm sure that's absolutely it. And it's nothing to do with the fact that it looks like you've just nicely shaved and already ready for us tonight.
Yeah, actually, just so you know, we were running around frantically. I was actually in the hotel bathroom before, madly shaving, getting my beautiful shine. So any other bald men here? No, everyone's got hair. I'm the only bald guy here. So if you do go bald, you know what I'm talking about. The beautiful shine is what you're after. So there you go. But no, Dr. Liz is our guest speaker, and a big thank you. And just want to say a big welcome. Now, I was just going to say, if you want to sit there and remain silent, you absolutely can. I don't recommend it, but you're welcome to do it. So please use the chat. We've got the Zoom chat, which is absolutely magnificent. Share your links. We're also on an open and inclusive business network, meaning promote your own business network, whatever you're in. We love supporting other business networking groups across the world. So just a big welcome and a big thank you. And if you can, just keep your microphone on mute when you're not speaking, just to keep the system noise down. So if you want to say hello to the room, just put your hand up, hit the hands up key in the reactions bar, and just put your hands up so we can get a quick hello. And again, thank you for coming on Easter. Appreciate you guys coming on Easter. It's always, I've actually run Zooms on even Christmas Eve as well, and you'd be surprised that dedicated people like you show up. So my advice to you is when you say hello to the room, keep it short, brief, and to the point, and be really clear on what you're doing so everyone can understand you. So without further ado, my legendary friends, can we put our hands on the first one of the night, Kemi out of Gulby. Kemi, the floor is yours, and I take it you're a Donald Duck fan. You're going to have to show us the T-shirt, Kemi.
Okay. Yeah, I'm done with that. Hi everyone. It's nice to be here. Even though I missed Monday's one, but it's nice to be today's one. So yeah, I'm Kemi from London. I'm all about positivity and helping people live better, make more money, and just have an energetic life. Thanks, Edward.
Oh, we love you, Kemi. Can we give a round of applause to Kemi? You are a beautiful lady inside and out. We love you, Kemi. And oh my God, we've got our psionic trooper from the future, Annie Burke. How you doing, Annie?
I still haven't found that fantastic purple outfit yet, but I know what I need to look for now. Thank you for that.
Exactly.
I just wanted to say I'm going to be delivering my next webinar next Saturday. I'm just trying to work out the time that's best for UK and Australia and USA, which is a bit of a challenge. But I'm going to be talking about the 8 amazing facts about animal souls that every animal parent needs to know. So I shall put information about that to share in some of my posts as soon as I've got the time set up. I'd love to have your support there for those who can come or those who can share it in their networks. Thank you.
Absolutely. And just before you go, I always refer to wonderful Annie as the psionic soldier because of a psychic from XCOM too. So put up your hand if you think Annie should dress in that outfit at some point. I really think she should. So there we go. What do you think, Annie? It's a cool outfit, isn't it?
Oh, I love the purple and the magenta. They're actually my business brand colours, so it makes absolute sense that I end up wearing an outfit like that.
Oh, we love you. No, seriously, Annie, we appreciate you, and round of applause to you, Annie.
Thank you.
And we got Baksha. Baksha, how was Dubai? You're back in India now?
Yes, just back in India from Dubai about 5 to 6 days back. Dubai was fantastic, hot, but amazing place to be. I was looking for work and also spent some time going around Dubai. I'm a senior business analyst. I work in finance, healthcare, and also I'm into sports analytics. So yeah, apart from that, I'm venturing into graphic design. So I do that. And unfortunately, I mean, now it's Ramadan in Dubai. So people are busy and not many people working there. So I'll hear back from them mostly after Ramadan. So I'm waiting for that. But apart from that, I'm looking to come back to Australia. Let us see what happens. So keeping my fingers crossed. So yeah, wonderful to see you all here. Wonderful to see you, Edward.
Oh, we love you too. Round of applause to you back, Sharon. Also, too, if you've just come in, a big thank you. Dr. Liz is our guest speaker tonight. Can we all wave to Dr. Liz again? In fact, we're going to take a quick... Oh, we love you, Dr. Liz. Put up your hand if you're a Dr. Liz fan. I certainly am, that's for sure. We love you, Dr. Liz. And we're going to take a photo shortly, but before we take a photo, we're going to hear from Max. How you doing, Max D'Amico? Hey, it's great to have you with us, Max.
Hello from Italy. Hello, everybody. Glad to see you, Edward. I am Massimo D'Amico from Italy, an asset protection advisor. In practice, we are helping people, families, big entrepreneurs to double their profits by cutting half of their costs. So it's very easy because we help about arbitrage. And with arbitrage, you can multiply your profits with free leads and many other businesses too, without new cost. So we are glad to help. Feel free to get in touch with me one-on-one, and I can help, of course. Thank you.
Oh, it's a pleasure. We love you, Max. Round of applause. And just a quick one, we'll get to you shortly. We'll get to you shortly, Raymond. We've got a few of our meetup leaders that have come in. We've got the amazing Piero. Can we all wave to Piero? We've got legendary Karen Clark, who's just away from her desk. Big wave to her. We've got Amir as well, who appears to be away from his desk as well. And Dr. Liz is also a meetup leader. So let's double wave to Dr. Liz. So there you go. In fact, just quickly while we got our meetup leaders, now you're in. Piero, did you want to say a quick hello? Then we'll get a quick hello from Karen Clark.
Oh, yeah. How you doing, everybody? Thanks very much, Ed. It was amazing catch up with you again yesterday. Welcome, everyone, to the International Zoom this week. It's Thursday, the 14th. How exciting, right? The months are going past like crazy. Now, I've been off for 3 weeks because my family and myself have all had COVID. And it's true. You lose your taste, you lose your smell. It's terrible. Try not to catch it. But no doubt you will, because that's just one of those things. So thanks everyone for being here. And a little bit about me. I'm a counselling psychology practitioner with over 25 years experience across a multitude of industries. So I've basically just combined that, and now I'm a leadership coach and mentor. So here's the one tip that I want to share with you, because I know that Ed's going to ask me. Put your hand up, raise your hand. If you understand that nothing grows in your comfort zone. Great. So here's something that I'm going to push your little buttons about tonight. In the last 6 weeks, honestly, raise your hand if you've actually been completely uncomfortable to grow. Right, about 25% of you. So my challenge to you for this week, this next 7 days, do something completely out of your comfort zone. Do something completely uncomfortable. Go for a 20K hike. Get on your bike and go for an uncomfortable ride. Do an uncomfortable exercise. Eat something that you totally have been willing to try but are just too afraid to. Reach out to somebody who tests your buttons, because that's the only way you're going to grow. That's my little tip for this week, Ed.
Oh, God, beautiful. We love you, Piero. Top meetup leader. Piero runs our Canberra meetup. And great seeing you yesterday as well, Piero, face to face. And we'll hear a quick thought from Karen. Karen's on the meetup team of legendary Dr. Liz. Karen, please, how are you? Want to say a quick hello?
Hi, Ed. Hi, everyone. No, I wasn't away from my computer. I was eating my dinner.
Oh, very good.
I haven't quite fitted the organisation in for changing from 7 until 8. and when I eat and when I have dinner and when I cook and stuff yet. I haven't quite changed that routine. So, yeah, I feel like 9 p.m. is a bit late to be having my dinner. So I used to have it afterwards. So, yeah, I'm really good. I am a business coach, very different to most business coaches. Those of you who know me know, in that I work in the quantum realm and the universal laws, and all around it's how everything is our energy. Everything is energy. And so when we understand that frequency, we're tuned into a frequency, and if we're not receiving what it is we want to change the frequency, just like changing the dial on your television or your radio, if you have such a thing. So that's where I work, and I work with spiritual entrepreneurs. So so yeah, what else?
And you're awesome, aren't you, Karen Clark?
Thank you.
Oh,
yeah, so I have a webinar every Wednesday evening. If you're interested in learning more about what I do and about the quantum realm and how it all works, the invisible side of success, I run a free webinar every Wednesday evening at now 8 p.m. Queensland, New South Wales time, and I'd love you to join. Just reach out to me on LinkedIn and tell me. I'll send you the link if you don't already see it on my posts.
Beautiful. We love you. Round of applause to you, Karen. We're going to take a photo shortly as well.
So I still can't turn the camera off.
No. Actually, let's take the photo. Should we take the photo now? Can I get thumbs up? Photo. All right, everyone. So turn on your webcam. It's a good start. There we are. Turn on your webcam if you can. Now, do a good smile and hold the pose. And we're going to grab a few photos. So let's get started with the first one now. So I'm going to hold up my coffee cup, my Port Stevens coffee cup. There we go. 3, 2, 1. Big smile. Hold the pose. Hold the pose. Absolutely beautiful. Can we give Karen a round of applause? And Karen, please tuck into thy beautiful meal. There you go. What are you eating, by the way, Karen?
Oh, I'm eating an amazing chicken curry.
Oh,
like homemade with all the spices and everything properly. My partner's an Anglo-Indian, so I get a treat often.
There you go. We love you, Karen. Round of applause to you, Karen. It's a big pleasure. And Raywin, thank you for being so patient. Raywin May, the floor is yours. How are you, Raywin?
Good, thanks. Happy Easter to everyone. So my name is Raywin, and I am a health and wellbeing consultant, and I help people to prioritise you and look after your mental health wellbeing and to reverse and improve your health symptoms.
Very cool, Raywin. We appreciate you. Round of applause to you, Raywin. And oh my God, we've got Scott Foxy. How you doing, Scott Foxy? I sent you a LinkedIn connection request today as well.
Oh, did you? Oh, sorry, I'll answer that and get onto it tonight. So I apologise if I haven't answered yet.
What's going on, Scott? Tell us all about you, my friend.
So I know David Quinn Watson has already heard my spiel today, so I'm going to have to mix it up a little bit today. So thanks very much, David, for the introduction. So we went to a meeting today. So I appreciated that, David. Thanks so much. So I want to talk about a patient that I treated today. She came to me 7 days ago. She had whopping headaches. She'd been to see a neurosurgeon, obviously a GP. She'd been to see other specialists without success. And this has been going on for about 12 months now. So she came to me 7 days ago. So she's had 4 treatments in 7 days with me. And for the first time today, she actually didn't have any pain at all. So no headache at all. So a big win for her, huh? And that's what we want to do at Sixth Sense Acupuncture, is to turn people's health around. So thanks very much, Edward, for the opportunity to talk tonight.
Oh, we love you, Scott. Can we give a round of applause to Scott? And congratulations, my friend. And oh my God, we've got our favourite candle lady in the whole world, Mel Jensen, with us. How are you, Mel Jensen? What's happening in your legendary world?
Oh, I'm getting there slowly from my injury. First of all, I just want to say Happy Easter to everybody. Hope we all have a great break. Please stay safe on the roads. Can we also take a moment's silence for the police officer killed last Friday in Mildura too, please. I passed on my condolences to the police yesterday. Very sad news. And also on a personal note, yesterday would have been the 61st anniversary of my parents' anniversary of them getting married. So I'm sort of a little bit down at the moment. So thank you everybody for letting me be here tonight. It's very cold in Ballarat, a little bit smoky, but I'm happy to be here tonight. So thanks everybody, and great to see everybody. Yep, thanks.
We love you, Mel. Round of applause to you, Mel. And we've got Amir with us. Amir, how are you? It's so good. Are you there, Amir? I think. Hello, Amir. Are you there? Hello, Amir. Amir must be. We'll come back to you, Amir. Don't you worry. We'll come back to you, Amir. We love you, Amir. Oh my God! Speaking of love, we've got legendary sales expert David Quinn Watson. What's happening, David Quinn Watson?
I'm getting better, Ed. I had the hand attended to today, and I got some good news from the hand specialist. My swelling's down, and got a bit more movement in my fingers. So, yeah, I'm on the path to recovery. Still can't drive because the hamstring won't let me put the foot on the brake. I could probably go really fast with the accelerator, but I'm a bit scared of stopping. Yeah, it's great to see Scott at the other networking event this morning. I'll catch up with him later. Thanks for the shout out, Scott. So with your great help, Ed, I'm now a sales coach, and I'm helping people believe in themselves, and particularly that sales doesn't have to be sleazy. You'll notice I've got a certain leather jacket on, and I credit you with that shout out as well. And the sunnies, maybe that does make me look sleazy, but really you don't have to be, because my message is that I thought sales was sleazy from an experience I had very early on in my career. But when I started my own business, I found that a whole bunch of clients followed me. And I realized that because I'd been building long-term client relationships with them over the intervening period, I'd actually sold them on myself and my expertise without really meaning to. So to me, sales is all about building long-term client relationships, and that's what I'm doing. I help service businesses build long-term client relationships. Happy to talk one-on-one with anybody who wants to know a bit more if they're challenged in a service-based business about how to increase their sales. But lovely to be back here, and thanks very much, Ed. Looking forward to the long weekend and wishing everybody else safe and happy one.
Oh, David, brilliant. Round of applause. Again, thank you to everyone for coming on Easter. As Dr. Liz said, wow, Ed, people actually showed up, and it's a good feeling. It's we once ran a webinar, a Zoom networking event on Christmas Eve, and on Christmas Eve, about 15 people came. So there you go. You're the hardcore zealots who I love. And could you big wave to Dr. Liz as well? Dr. Liz is our guest speaker, and we love Dr. Liz so much. And speaking of love, we've got Mark Engstar with us. Mark Engstar from New Zealand. What's happening, Mark?
Oh, evening, Ed. And I just want to agree with what David was saying. So what's happening in New Zealand? Well, we're just about to open up to the world, aren't we? Finally. That's how God, we're so slow, aren't we? I thought you'd be over here. I thought you'd be rushing in. We just allowed you to come in. So
New Zealand's been on two places. Dubai and New Zealand have been on my radar. So those two places are in Ed's realm of consciousness.
yeah, no. Well, we want you Australians back. Totally. Hey, aren't we cousins?
We are.
So on what am I? I'm just someone that wants to create great for people, and I am someone that founded the Strangers Group so that I could help people to create what they wanted to create, and so I've built a platform to help you come in and build what you want to do. Sell products, services, or just you want to help other people, you can to do the same, you can do that. So well, I just want to help people and help organisations and other charities. So, thank you.
Great heart you have. Round of applause to you, Mark. And following that logic, please connect with Mark and please connect with everyone. Share your LinkedIn links. And I keep forgetting to mention this. It's so very important. I used to do this all the time when I used to go to networking events all the time, and I highly recommend you do it. A great objective is book one meeting per networking event. So let's say you go to a networking event, we've got 20 people on right now. Book one Zoom with somebody. If there's someone you're meaning to talk to, reach out to them now and book a Zoom with them. Or if you're in the same city, make it a face-to-face. It's so good having you all here. We're going to take another photo in a moment, but first we're going to hear from Amir. How you doing, Amir? The floor is yours. We got you, Amir.
Hello, everybody. I'm at the once-a-month real estate conference that forces me away from these Zooms that I love so much. So hello from the big part of Sydney. I don't know if you can see, there's about 100 people here in the little conference. I've walked away to a different room, which kind of makes everything look purple. But that's not the theme for the night. But I just wanted to say that you guys are fantastic, and it actually gets you into rooms that you're normally not in. Because it isn't about who you know, who your first contact is, but it's the people that you haven't met yet that all of a sudden you're introduced to. They might be in a different city, it might be in a different state. I met somebody in Canberra tonight that I know I'm going to be introducing to Ed's leader, Piero. So Piero is the network leader down in Canberra, and man, you're rubbing shoulders with people who you've never rubbed shoulders with before. It's the meeting behind closed doors. What do? I just do property and real estate. Very simple, one track train, one track mind. But there's so much more once you cover the shelter side, because shelter is such a basic demand that all of us require shelter at every part of our lives. Imagine being homeless. I know that Ed's spoken at times about how hard it was living in a car and how that wasn't the greatest time of his life, but it wasn't the definition of his life. And that's the thing. Be who you are, meet who you're there to meet, because the right people will come across your desk. You'll just magically be at the right place at the right time. Keep being around good people.
Well said. We love you, Amir. Can we have a round of applause to Amir? Amir, big thank you. Thanks for coming, by the way, Amir, especially while you're on your event. We're going to take another group photo in a minute, right after we hear from the legendary Linda Joy Ben. So, Linda Joy Ben, great seeing you. How are you doing tonight?
Great, thank you. Good to see everyone here. Happy Thursday. And so I've tweaked my title again. It's now a personal transformation mentor. And so my LinkedIn is, still being tweaked and changed, though, and I've been thinking a lot about this is because I've studied so many different things over the last 30 years, and it's holistically how I help people, but specifically conscious professionals and entrepreneurs that where their life is out of balance, and I realign mind and body and spirit together and work with any past trauma or present trauma that is still lingering in their body, mind, or in their energy field. And so, yeah, and that this brings them back to their true self. So, and I combine a lot of different tools to get the results that I do.
Well, that sounds great. A personal transformation mentor. I like it. Sounds powerful.
You like it? Okay. Thank you.
Personal transformation mentor. So in other words, if you want to go through a personal transformation, Linda is your lady. Is that a fair way of putting it?
So I've received a lot of feedback in regards to the spiritual part. So, and I've had lots of wonderful meetings with, all the community here. Actually, and I was talking to a lady in the Netherlands last night, and I've invited her on to this group. So I've sent you a link, and she's amazing. So I'd love to introduce her to you all. Yeah.
We love you. Can we give a round of applause to Linda? Linda, personal transformation. Linda, we love you.
Thank you.
Now, just quickly, I want to grab another group photo of you sexy people. So please turn on your webcam if you haven't already. and do a different pose, something that'll show up. I had to lean forward because a big gust of rain came in and sprayed me and my PC, but my PC didn't explode, thank God. So next photo, my friends, 3, 2, 1, big smile, hold the pose, hold the pose. Absolutely. Again, one more time. A few people look like I pointed a gun at them. 3, 2, 1, smile, hold the pose, hold the pose. Just fantastic. Give yourself a round of applause. Now we're going to bounce over to the legendary and dangerously powerful Dr. Liz in a moment. But before we do, I just want to say a few things. If you haven't spoken and you want to speak, now's your chance. So if you haven't spoken, I really invite, you don't have to, but I invite you to speak. Diane, there you go. I see you there, Diane. Diane, the floor is yours. What do you got for us, Diane?
Well, it's my first meetup of any kind, so I just thought I'd say hello. I was braving it. I know, I didn't know what to expect, so I thought I'd come on and see what you guys were all about, but Ed being from Sydney, which is where I'm from. So I'm a dietitian, just looking to meet people really, in terms of not even trying to expand my business, but I work in diabetes and weight management. I've been a dietitian for over 30 years and I run my private practice now, but I work alongside endocrinologists and yes, so that's about it.
Oh, and that's right. We spoke over LinkedIn, didn't we? You're the nice lady. But you had long hair in the photo, though. I think that threw me off.
I pulled it back, like it is 8 o'clock here. You know, I've had dinner, I've had a bath. It's kind of like I had to put my glasses on. So yes, the hair does come down for work. Yep.
Yeah. I'm kind of jealous. Just to let you know that, Diane. So there you go. Thank you.
Oh well, it's very nice to meet you all. Yeah.
Diane, we love you. Can we get a round of applause to you, Diane? Diane, we love you. Come to our events anytime you want, Diane.
Thank you.
And oh my God, Heather Mitchell put up her hand. Heather Mitchell, what have you got for us, Heather Mitchell?
Hi everyone, I'm Heather Mitchell, money mentor for More Energy. It's interesting what Linda just said, because someone was talking to me today about what I should call myself, because I'm a money mentor, but I'm still thinking about, whether it encapsulates, because I also have a spiritual element to it. So whether the word holistic would be right or something like that. So I'm kind of working on to watch this space and see what I come up with. Also, I've just thought I'd share that this is my 5th networking group I've been to today. So I'm a networking demon. Woohoo!
Only way to be. That's how you win. You don't win by sitting around waiting for the phone to ring. That's for sure.
Well, I certainly haven't done that. Yeah, this morning it went off with a bang. I went to a speed networking group with 100 people. 3 minutes. Every 3 minutes there was someone else. It was a bit dizzying, but anyway. So that's it. I'm Heather Mitchell. I'm a money mentor. I transform people's money stories and I get rid of people's money blocks. I help people with universal energies and different modalities and help people how to invest. So the whole shebang. That's me, Heather Mitchell.
Oh my God, love you, Heather. Round of applause to you, Heather. Appreciate you. And we got Tom's with us. Tom's, please, the floor is yours. How you doing, Tom's?
Hi everyone, I'm doing good. And today, during the practice, the teacher said something interesting. She was telling that there's a time for practice and time for playing. I was thinking, well, if you substitute word for practice for work, you have the same situation. You have time for work and time for play. Why separate? Why not make it when you work, you play? Play by the rules, but make it playful. Well, I'm mindfulness, mindset, yoga and tarot coach. And if you love your stress, contact me. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, Tom's, we love you, my friend. Tom's absolutely beautiful. Now, I was just going to say, if you haven't spoken yet and you want to speak, now's your chance. Put up your hand. If you haven't spoken, you want to speak, stick up your hand right now. All right, we're going to bounce over to Dr. Liz. It's Dr. Liz time. But just before we hear from Dr. Liz, I just want to show you a bunch of cool stuff coming up on my legendary PC live from Port Stevens. Now, firstly, this is how I think Annie Burke should dress, being a Cynic soldier from XCOM 2. I think she should do that. The second point I want to bring up, is our upcoming meetups. We've got meetups coming up right now that I want to invite you beautiful, sexy people to. So let's see what's on our meetups. Now, I was going to say as well, before I forget, while you're on the Zoom, please take photos of our Zoom, put it on Facebook or LinkedIn, tell everyone how much of a legendary time you're having. Good seeing you, Charles Caldwell from Hong Kong. I'll just share with you what's coming up. On Monday, we've got our next live webinar coming up. And Monday's an interesting one. I'm doing a whole special on Ed's latest LinkedIn influencer secrets. So if you want to get the latest on what the LinkedIn algorithm is up to and what Ed's up to and more, this is the webinar for you. So just click that link, book on it right now. And Kat May Jeffrey is our guest speaker for that one. So if you love Kat May Jeffrey, you're going to love this one more. And of course, as well, our next event, we've also got next Thursday, we're back for our International Networking Zoom. Please book in now if you haven't already for our next week's networking Zoom. And as well, please invite people. We love invitations. And of course, for those in Sydney, I'll just bring it up now, pardon me. Our next face-to-face meetup is, again, we've got Easter in the middle of the month. So Easter's, of course, always throws us around a bit. But our next face-to-face meetup is Friday, the 22nd of April in Sydney. So if you're from Sydney or know anyone from Sydney, book in now or forward them this link. And just one other last honourable mention too. Our next LinkedIn influencer workshop is coming up. If you want to learn the latest from Ed on LinkedIn in our influencer mastery workshop, am I back, friends? Can you
Yes,
hear me?
you are.
My apologies. I've got weak internet with 5G right now. So we better go over to Dr. Liz before my internet dies on me. So can you still hear me now? Put up your hand if you can hear Ed and his crappy internet. All right, we better go to Dr. Liz before I lose my connection. Dr. Liz, how you doing, my friend? What's been going on?
Hey, Ed. Yeah, awesome. I've just also popped up a couple of links in case we do lose everyone. Yeah, thanks for having me on. I'm super excited. I have a little bit of exciting news, which is ahead of the official launch next week. But you know how much I value the amazing community. So I wanted to give everyone the heads up that I have my brand new online program about to be launched, and it's called Wellness for Success, and it's all evidence-based. It's all based on lots of science, but the good news is I've done all the reading of all the scientific papers for everyone, so you don't need to do it, and it's drip-fed into simple, easy little everyday activities. They're going to be nudging everyone in the right direction to improve their energy, their mood, their health, and their well-being. And yeah, I'm super excited about it.
I'm so glad that you've been winning big. Now, Dr. Liz, I've pinned you, I've spotlighted you, which means you're basically taking over everyone's PC right now. They've probably got a full screen of Dr. Liz.
Yay.
So all eyes upon Dr. Liz. I was just going to say, my legendary friends, make sure you connect with Dr. Liz. If you've got any questions for Dr. Liz, put it in the chat. And also as well, make sure you keep the networking going. So, and what I'm going to do is while Dr. Liz is talking, I'm going to upload our group photo too. So, Dr. Liz, I've enabled screen sharing. Are you going to share screen?
No.
Oh, excellent. All right.
Not, because it's top secret. The official launch is next week, but I did just want to give everyone the heads up. What I have done is put a couple of links in the chat box, and so the first is like a pre-registration. So, if you're interested, just want to get the heads up for the official launch, that would be awesome. There is going to be a 30% discount for our amazing community. And the second one is a very brief survey, and I'd love to pick your brains because I'm in the final stages of putting together the online program. And as I have a tendency to do, I've put in lots of little videos, little tidbits and things. And I'd love your thoughts on whether you'd like it to be sort of drip fed, once a week, a couple of times a week, 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day. So I've just got a couple of questions that I would love everyone to just take a couple of minutes to answer. And that's going to be the way that I'm going to release it next week. And then, of course, look forward to Yeah, I look forward to hearing the feedback. And just so everyone knows, because I've obviously had my own health journey as well over the past couple of years. And like Diane, great to see you, Diane. My background is also as a dietitian and nutritionist, and so always had the knowledge, but being a very busy lean leader and mum and whatever else, I did one of those classic things that people do and invested all my time and energy and career and family, and wasn't so great at prioritizing my own health. So it's all little simple things that I've actually used myself over the past couple of years just to it fits in with your lifestyle, but it's a really fun and super easy way to just improve your fitness and your health and all those amazing things that come with it, like energy and better mood and better skin and, better sleep is actually another really amazing benefit.
Now, I was going to ask you, Dr. Liz, and now I'm a guy right now I've got about another 2 weeks to get rid of all my lockdown fat, which I'm very excited about. My clothes are starting to fit again, poorly, but starting to fit again. I was going to ask you, Dr. Liz, what have been your top personal lessons that you've learned about health in the past few years? Because in all fairness, Dr. Liz, you've done an amazing job of transforming your own health in the past few years. Tell us what you've personally learned and what you want to share with us on that one. What are some of your hints and insights and personal lessons?
I think the big one is that it's got to absolutely just fit in with your routine. So, for example, if, you eat out a lot or you love pasta, then going keto and cutting out all carbs is probably not going to work for you. If you can't imagine yourself doing it in 2 or 3 years' time, then, it's probably not going to work. And I think I know myself and a lot of other people are the same that, tend to perhaps be a little bit all or nothing, and that, you go super strict. And then if you can't stick to it, for a certain amount of time, which, we need to enjoy life, then you might go the other way. Whereas, you don't lose weight in a couple of days, you don't gain much weight in a couple of days. So the thing is, 80% of the time, try and do the right thing, enjoy the 20% of the time, and then get back on track. So rather than I've stuffed it now, I might as well eat the whole pizza, or, I'll start getting healthy again on Monday, and that Monday keeps spreading out to the next Monday, and the next Monday, and the next Monday. It's just little things that definitely add up. So I'm a big believer in, daily progress over perfection. I think is a super easy. It's super easy, but sometimes we just need to be reminded and nudged in that right direction, I think.
Now, I was going to say as well, as you know, and Dr. Liz, you've helped me out. So I'm a huge fan of the Indian Hindu Ayurvedic fasting, the intermittent fasting. I do it daily. I don't eat till 12. I have a decent lunch and I have a very small dinner, and the weight has fallen off me. Dr. Liz, what are your views on intermittent fasting? It's worked for me. It's a hot topic. What's your take on it with everyone?
Yeah, absolutely. So there is definitely some science to show that for some people, intermittent fasting can be very effective. And basically that, whether it be 16/8 or whatever it might be, but you restrict the window of eating and increase the time period where you're in a fast, which can be good for reducing insulin levels. And it's got some benefits, for metabolic markers and all those sorts of things. But like everything, and I just want to point this out, is that we are all so individual. We all have different genetics. We all have different lifestyles. And so it does not work for everyone. There's evidence to support it, and it can be very effective for some people. But I also see some people in my clinic where it does crazy things to their blood sugars, or it actually encourages them to binge and undo all the good work. So there is evidence for it. It's good, and for a lot of people it's effective. But if you're one of those people that you struggle or it doesn't work for you, you absolutely don't have to do intermittent fasting. There's other ways that you can be healthy as well. So it's just one of those things that even though we've got evidence to support various ways of eating, everyone is individual. Well, you need to find what works for you and what you can absolutely stick to. And trust me, I've seen, and I can see, thanks, Diane. I can see your comment, and I'm sure Diane's the same. Seen people do really well on every type of macronutrient proportion you could imagine. For athletes on super high carbs and weight trainers on high fat and whatever else. But at the end of the day, get the basics right, get lots of good fresh stuff in, and find something that actually works for you.
Wow. Now I knocked this problem on its head, so I don't mind talking about it now, but I used to be the worst binge eater for years. I knocked it on its head about a year ago. The fasting helped me break the habit of binge eating. Now, I used to binge eat so badly, right? And I have my whole life. So those who have more addictive problems with food, like I certainly had, or binge eating problems, or they can't stop the chocolate, what do you say to those people, like my older self, that really suffer from bad food addictions? What do you say to them, Dr. Liz?
Yeah, so I think whether it be emotional eating, stress eating, or binge eating, so we've got to remember that, it's a form of self-soothing, isn't it? So whether it be through food or alcohol or other drugs or whatever, it's one of the most natural ways that we make ourselves feel better if we are stressed or tired or irritable or whatever it might be. So I think bringing back that mindfulness is very key. And those who have read my posts and heard me talk, I'm very passionate about my health philosophy is the 3 M's. I talk about mindset, menu, which of course is nutrition, my passion, and movement, the exercise component. And I believe they all fit together in a synergistic way. So I think it's just bringing that unconscious, automatic self-soothing a little bit more into the conscious realm. And part of what I am doing in the program Wellness for Success is talk about habit formation science. And it's fascinating. So much of our stuff is habits. And, we're on automatic pilot so much of the time unless we actually raise it and be a little bit more aware of it. So I think it's just, if there's triggers, for example, if you associate when you sit down to watch TV to eating chips or, driving through Macca's on the way home from work or whatever it might be. So it's either avoiding those triggers or then forming a new healthy habit to replace the unhealthy habit. So I think mindfulness and just becoming more aware and forming healthy habits as opposed to the unhealthy habits that you're just doing on automatic pilot. And it's amazing what a difference it can make. A little interesting study is in the work environment, simply just moving the chockies under the cupboard. So it was literally 30 centimetres away, but people just couldn't see them, decreased the chocky intake by 50%. So that might be something for us to remember. Enjoy Easter, but after Easter, we might want to hide the chockies or give them away or whatever, because if they're out of sight, then literally that's it. It's much easier to resist temptation.
Wow, beautiful. Dr. Liz, we love you. I just want to ask you, do you have any, before we open for questions and reactions from the audience, do you have any closing thoughts for us, Dr. Liz?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of people I come across who 40 plus generally is when the consequences of, start to show up. We can get away with a lot in our 20s and 30s, and 40 plus is when, the wheels start to fall off a little bit. I just encourage everyone to just be a bit more aware and take a proactive approach as opposed to waiting for a medical diagnosis or something very serious to happen. And that, there's little things that we can do every day to move ourselves in the right direction. And that life basically is much better when you're healthy and you've got the energy. And I think it's important for us to all. It's just like they say, you put the oxygen mask on yourself before you can take care of others. And we hear it, but do we actually, listen and do it? So I guess that's my little message: is think about what you can do for your own self-care over this Easter long weekend.
Oh my God, brilliant. We have a round of applause to you, Dr. Liz. Dr. Liz, amazing. We're going to bounce over to questions, thoughts, and reactions. So if you want to offer a question or reaction to Dr. Liz, just put your hand up and we'll just work it through in order. So just a great job there. So first one, Karen Clark. What are your thoughts, Karen Clark?
Yeah, I love Dr. Lizzie, I call her, and I love what you teach and how you talk about it. I totally agree with the chocolate thing or the other things that aren't so good for us. If you put them, I've found that too. I'm a chocoholic. I absolutely love chocolate. And even if I don't even buy it much, I don't even have it in the house much because of that. However, I agree if it is away in the cupboard, I quite often, when I do have it, I'll forget about it being there for a while until I suddenly one day think, oh, I want some chocolate. I've got a question for you, though, Dr. Lizzie, and it's about women or people who, get have quite a few zero birthdays, and other things for women have happened, and the metabolism seems to change, and a lot of women put on, a lot of weight, and probably men too, but I'll just talk about women because that's my experience. Put on a lot of weight and have difficulty keeping their weight, what it used to be like. And I've noticed for myself too the same, in that I used to eat like a horse. I used to have the fastest metabolism. I could eat any man under the table, right up until probably my 50s. And then I've noticed a huge difference. If I carry on eating, I'd be the size of a bus. So I had to cut back what I eat. But I wondered if you have any tips on how to speed up the metabolism again. So I can eat more.
Great. Thank you, Karen. Let's start off with a nice little easy one. Definitely, what you're, talking about around the, perimenopause, postmenopause, women and hormonal changes is a real thing. And so often in the science you hear that, it may be due to hormones, but also, as we get older, we might relax a bit more, we're not as active, we might drink a little bit more. And yes, while that all can play a role, there definitely is evidence that, as the estrogen and the progesterone, in women start to just naturally decline, that it does encourage weight gain, particularly fat, and particularly around the tummy, which is often not the area normally associated with women. So it can be very frustrating when they're used to having, that lovely hourglass shape, and now suddenly they're becoming a little bit more of the apple than the pear. So that definitely can be a challenge. However, the good news is, there's definitely some things that we can do. The thing is, they're not, as sexy as taking the pill and whatever else. It's back to good old exercise, particularly a bit of weight training is great, because we know muscle is metabolically active and can help stimulate and boost the metabolism. But eating plenty of, unprocessed foods, sometimes having some natural phytoestrogens in soy products may be helpful as well. And I think it's probably the time when people, like yourself, you've been very lucky if you've had a fast metabolism up to now, but I would encourage, it's actually a good time to get in a checkup and actually get a thorough review and see exactly what you are doing and where there can be little tweaks. And the interesting thing is, often it doesn't even need to be a big change. It might just be a couple of little tweaks, just get you below that threshold. And then, absolutely, you can notice the difference. But it's, you are definitely describing what a lot of women are noticing, and the men absolutely get it as well. But they often wait until they can't do up their shorts or the belt before they do anything about it.
Yeah, I did that. That's me. I'm dealing with that fallout right now. So there you go. So that was me. There you go.
Thank you. Great answer.
Oh, yeah, I love you, Dr. Liz, and great question, Karen. And Linda Joy Ben, what are your thoughts, Linda Joy Ben?
Thank you, Dr. Liz. I love this subject, and it's something, nutrition is something I've always been passionate about. And, so I was curious, do you have any liver cleansing detox recommendations? Because, I love cleansing and detoxing, and though with this world that we live in, and we're constantly, breathing and taking in, it's the even the chemicals off the food, even washing and all of that. Do you have any suggestions on how to do a liver cleanse? Because I've got all the books, and I actually and thanks, Mark. I drink plenty of alkaline water. Though Sandra Cabot's liver cleansing, which her book was I don't drink any soft drink. I don't even eat chocolate, actually. I'm one of these very rare people that I don't even like chocolate. But yeah, back 20 years ago, Sandra Cabot was like all no fat, no fat. And now, they're saying you actually need the fat to balance out, your metabolism as well as your whole physiology and to feed your brain. So, and I love juicing and keep to low carb. So I was just curious to hear what your suggestions were in regards to detoxing and liver cleansing, because I've pretty much tried it all.
Rather than, I guess, a specific sort of detox or whatever, I look to naturally support our amazing detoxifiers, which, as you've identified, the liver, our gut, even our skin, naturally do amazing jobs. In fact, our liver actually is involved in over 500 different chemical processes. So it's super important that we keep it really healthy. And in fact, I should mention I'm seeing more fatty livers now in practice than I ever have before. And I think a big part of that is just that everyone has become less active and indulged a bit during COVID. And and often it can be just due to sedentary lifestyle and overindulging. It can also be, due to high alcohol intake as well. So rather than specific stuff in terms of that, I really focus on whole natural foods, and I do like including the fibers in things. So the juices, particularly veggie juices, can be good as a little reset and getting things started. But I caution some people who think they're doing great stuff by living on the boost juices and all that sort of stuff, and forgetting, of course, that they're getting so much concentrated. Even though it's good, it's fruit. But if you just eat the whole piece of fruit, as opposed to sometimes there's 3 or 4 pieces of fruit in one of those jumbo juices, where it's better just to sort of eat the fruit and have the fiber. So there's some really powerful natural herbs, things like ginger and turmeric can be incredibly we did a Cancer Council study looking at ginger, which was actually found to be as effective as traditional anti-nausea medication in patients with cancer having chemotherapy. So, there's definitely something to some of these spices that have been used in different cultures for thousands of years. There's a reason why they use them. So I'd focus on that, beautiful herbal teas and lots of natural things. And I guess just to round up, Linda, the bit about the healthy fats, definitely. So things like, our fatty fish and our avocado and our olives and our nuts and seeds are all fabulous. And we know even, nuts. In fact, I can remember one of my first activities 20 years ago was, showing how many potatoes you could eat instead of, a small amount of nuts because of the amount of energy. However, we know that a small handful of nuts, even though it's high in calories, it's very good fat, it's very high in fiber. So for most people, that amount is actually very healthy. So like anything, though, we've got to be careful not to overdo it because it is high in calories, particularly avocados. So that good avocado on toast is beautiful, but if you're watching your weight, can't have a huge amount. So I think it's basically if we all ate more food as found in nature, and I know, Linda, I know you're very health conscious and you do, but unfortunately, a lot of people, do not. And as I tell my teenage kids, we did not evolve to live on nuggets and burgers. We didn't forage through the bush to find all those things. So I think sometimes, enjoy, like I say, the 80-20, enjoy, but more foods is found in nature, and we'd all be much better off.
Oh, wasn't that amazing? Linda and Dr. Liz, we love you. Any more thoughts and reactions for Dr. Liz? Put up your hand. Now's your chance. If you want to give a thought, question, or reaction, Dr. Liz, now's your big chance. Going once. Hey, Cami, what have you got for Cami and Heather Mitchell? So Cami, then Heather Mitchell.
I just want to say thanks for the what can I say? The talk. Yeah, I so enjoyed it. Thanks, Liz.
Cami, we love you, Cami.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you. I know you're very health conscious too.
Yeah, and Heather Mitchell, your thoughts, questions, and reactions.
Yes, Liz, you mentioned earlier about having a fatty liver. I just wondered how you can tell if you've got one.
Yeah, good question. So normally the GPs will pick it up and actually see elevated liver enzymes. So just when you have a blood test, that's one of the ways that they will actually look. And generally they'll want you to try and basically eat healthier and be more active to see if you can naturally bring that down, which most people actually can within, 3 to 6 months. Otherwise, then you're talking medication and more invasive things. So, it's pretty good incentive to try and, do that. The other thing is if you ever sort of see that it's almost like a pregnant look in some of the men, and they think, it's beer belly, but it may not just be beer belly. It may actually be fatty infiltration through the liver. And if you've ever seen any photos, like a liver should be really nice and brown and almost red, rich. But fatty liver, it almost becomes a pink because all the fat's infiltrated through it and just really becomes enlarged. And so it's almost that little pregnant look on.
Wow. So you actually see it protruding.
You can. It's like I say, it's hard because sometimes it might just be the fat over the top. But it can be like a little bit of a pregnant look. And it's like I say, it's I've never seen, it's always been increasing like type 2 diabetes. But I've certainly seen a lot, and I do think COVID obviously has not helped. and obviously the GPs, and it's the liver's very important. But the good news is, like I say, often it doesn't. Other than just eating better and being more active, you can completely reverse it. So that's the positive news. It's the positive news. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Brilliant, Heather and Dr. Liz. And Karen, thoughts, questions, and reactions?
Oh, hi. I do have one quick question. What is your view around, talking about good oils or good fats, around how good or bad coconut oil is? Because I think there's a complete, sorry.
No, it's good. Okay, simple answer. There's a component in coconut oil which looks like it's really good. The problem is it's only a small part. And so everyone takes the research about the small part and just says, coconut oil is amazing. But the problem is we actually don't really know enough about it. So I would still prefer extra virgin olive oil. I think we've got much more evidence about that. If you love it, maybe a little bit now and again, and it's great for the skin, it's great for the hair, but I personally don't think we know enough about it to have it as the main cooking oil. But even though a component of it, which is the medium chain triglycerides, is known to be very healthy. So that's in a short bit, but I'm happy to have a chat to you about it because it's a fascinating, it's a fascinating area. Yeah.
Thanks, Liz.
On that note, I'm very skeptical on the whole coconut oil thing because it just seemingly all the people recommending coconut oil manufacture coconut oil. So I'm very skeptical of that. Very skeptical.
That's funny that you've noticed that, Ed.
It's like how Pfizer said the vaccine's awesome. Like that's awesome. Hey, Baksha, how you doing, Baksha? What are your thoughts, questions, and reactions for Dr. Liz?
Dr. Liz, I've got a quick one. I have a tummy. I feel bad about it, but again, I've consulted many people about it. People say that I shouldn't drink and I shouldn't eat fatty foods, which I don't do anyways. And I used to practice yoga, and I'm not able to jog because of a back and leg issue. I'm not able to jog, but I do exercise. But one of the doctors suggested bariatric surgery. So do you think I need to undergo a bariatric surgery, or is there any other way, easier way to get rid of my tummy?
Yeah, great question. And I'm happy to chat to you as well, Bashka. I would say, look, bariatric surgery obviously can be, and so that's just surgery to reduce weight for those who are not familiar with the term, and there's a whole range of different types of surgery. To me, obviously, like that's an end stage thing. It's an option and it can be very effective, but I think, it's worth trying a whole range of other things first. And, hearing you say you might not be able to do much in terms of activity, but even if we have a look at what you're eating, there might be some simple little tips where we can just reduce the amount of calories you're eating just enough so that you can start losing a bit of weight. So I think I'd like to look at that first, and then see if you've got other medical conditions or whatever else, and then maybe that might be something. But I think it's often important to try and address the real issue. Bariatric surgery can be very, very successful, but I also want to say I know some people, if they're not addressing the reason why they might be overweight in the first place, can actually regain the weight. So, it's one, like anything, there's no one answer for everyone, but it's working out what's going to be best for you. But let's make sure, if we're not already connected, let's make sure we connect, and happy to have a chat.
Yes, definitely. I'd like to have maybe a consultation with you.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Wonderful. Well, can we give a round of applause to Dr. Liz? Amazing. Just beautiful. And I was just going to say, just before we finish up, and for those watching the recording, thank you. If you haven't spoken and you want to say a quick hello, please do. Or if there's anything you want to say, now's the time to say it. So if you want to give a quick thought or anything you want to say, put up your hand right now. We can sneak in a few people before we finish up the evening. Charles Caldwell, what are you thinking, Charles Caldwell?
Yeah, I just wanted to, it's been a while since I checked in here and just wanted to say hello. I really appreciate the positivity. Love the message, Dr. Liz. Thank you very much for that. Timely reminder. I'm someone that years ago had a fatty liver, and through diet and exercise was actually able to eliminate it. And when I went back for a checkup and got 5 stars, I asked the doctor, "What about my fatty liver?" And he said, "You don't have a fatty liver." And he went back in the records and said, "Oh yeah, you used to have one, but you don't anymore." So a timely message tonight, and great to see everyone. Thanks.
Oh, Charles. Sexy bald men are good at fixing their livers. I got to fix mine right now. Mel, what have you got for us? Mel Jensen.
I just want to say thank you to Liz. That was fantastic for all that tonight. Just want to leave everybody with a thing. On Tuesday, I'm actually doing a volunteer trial counting push bikes. So anybody that I think for getting out there for exercise and everything like that, push bikes are a great way to go for me. So I'm looking forward to counting push bikes on Tuesday afternoon. I can't say anything more, but I will down the track when there's more information about the project. Yep. Thanks, guys.
There you go. Love you, Mel. Beautiful. Well, that looks like it brings us to the end. So I just want to say a big thank you. See you Monday. Thank you for coming on Easter Eve, by the way. I really appreciate you, winners. And have a great Easter. And just make sure you connect with Dr. Liz and connect with each other. And remember what I say. This is the biggest thing I used to do. Book a networking Zoom with someone. Book a networking Zoom with someone. Because you know what? If you do a meeting per networking event, you're going to kick butt. Friends, thank you all. Can we please unmute and give a thunderous round of applause to Andrew Sledges very soon? Thank you.
Yes, guys, that was awesome.
Happy
Easter to everybody.
See you guys.
Easter, everyone.